Assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli waj'al li wazira min ahli Haruna akhi ushdud bihi azri washriku fi amri kay nusabbihaka kathira wa nazkuraka kathira innaka kunta bina basira. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Welcome, dear friends. Inshallah, we will continue our discussion from the 24th word. So we will start from this paragraph about the verse where the Quran says the hour has drawn near, which is a verse from the Quran, section 54, verse 1. And just to recap a little bit, this author has been sharing about how we can benefit from the hadith narrations, what we need to be mindful of, what we need to look for, and how we can benefit from those sayings of the Prophet that have been narrated to us. And these narrations are indicating a lot that they have a big emphasis about the appointed hour. That's why in a person's life, everybody has their appointed hour, and also about the hereafter has been much emphasized in the Quran and in the Hadith as well. So the hour has drawn near. So we kind of talked about this last week as well, but we'll just go over it again just to refresh our minds. So that is, doomsday is near, it still not having come. What page number? Okay, in the book, I guess it is 352. 352 page. Excellent. Right, so it being the appointed the hour is still not having come after 1,000 or this many years, does not negate its closeness. So this is, I think, something important, does not negate its closeness. Why? Because doomsday is the appointed hour of the world, and in relation to the life of the world, 1 or 2,000 years are like 1 or 2 minutes in relation to a year. So the whole concept of time is relative to us, human beings. So the hour of doomsday is not only the appointed hour of mankind, that it should be related to the hour and seen as distant. It is because of this that the absolutely wise one conceals doomsday in his knowledge among the 5 hidden things. It is due to the mystery of this vagueness that every age, including the age of the bliss, which is the age of the Prophet, people have been frightened of the end of the world. Some of them even said that the conditions had all but appeared. Thus, unfair people who do not know this truth say, what did the companions of the Prophet, with their vigilant hearts and keen sight, who had been taught all the details of the hereafter, Suppose a fact that would occur 1,400 years later to be close to their century, as though their ideas had deviated 1,000 years from the truth. All right, so does anybody understand what the question is? I would ask this first of all. So why did the companions of the prophet with their vigilant hearts, so they were much more like in proximity, close proximity to the prophet as well. So they were the first-hand receivers of the message. And so they were taught in detail about the hereafter, and they were always concerned and worried, something that is coming maybe after many thousands or hundreds of years. But for us, it's always, you never know what the next day will bring for us. Yes, Maria, go ahead.
I wanted to go back a little bit to the paragraph before the verse, the hour is drawn nigh. It says, just as in his personal life, man is concerned with the continued existence of his home and village, so in his social life and as a member of mankind, he is concerned. Yes, just before here. He's concerned with the continued existence of the earth and the world. I'm just trying, yeah. The next paragraph, the last three sentences, just as in his personal life. Just this last sentence. I, because we're talking about this verse about the reality of human existence here, where we will all experience the capital D death. And so this mentioning of this sentence about what preoccupies us is really drawing my attention to how heedless I can be in terms of within my personal life. I'm just maybe concerned with the welfare of whatever's going on within the society or anything pertaining to personal goals. And in his social life and as a member of mankind, I wasn't so clear about this. What does the author means by in his social life and as a member of mankind? I get the member of mankind part. He's concerned with the continued existence of the earth and the world. What does this mean? Is it still drawing my attention to heedlessness in terms of I'm just trying to come up with new, what do you say, development, improvement, just to improve our worldly life? Is that what he means here?
So I would say all that you're enjoying, basically all the things that you enjoy, the qualities that you're experiencing, all the things that, for example, we can see, we can hear, human qualities, we don't want to lose them. We want to see the beautiful sights, sceneries, eat delicious things. So there are all those things that we enjoy, but they're actually the qualities that we are looking after. Like we want to continue experiencing the joy, the happiness, the satisfaction, right? So that those experiences, we want that continued, right? So we are experiencing them right now in this world, and we don't want this upon death that this should end, right? So nobody wants to die in this world. So that's one thing, right? We want to keep continuing our existence, and even at death, we still want to say, hey, we want to continue experiencing all the things the qualities that we are enjoying in this world.
I think I understand now what the author means here in terms of, when he says continued existence of the earth and the world, we're concerned, just adding on to what you said, with what's going on around the world in terms of even our planet, saving the planet, with making sure that we are living, or at least we are promoting eco-friendly way of living, where we're not causing any harm to the way that things are created, the laws and principles of creation. I think that piece, as in, this is how human being is. We want to prolong the life as much as we can with the betterment of things. But then it's funny because it says the Quran says the hour has drawn near. As in, definitely do all this, but don't forget why are you doing all this for? Like you were saying, connecting these to the qualities that are manifested, which points to an absolute source. As in, why do I have this need of um, making sure that any species don't go extinct? Why do I have this need that the planet is a safe environment for the next generation to come in? It must really point to the purpose of my existence, which is to connect this need to the one that gives this need and the one that's the establisher of that which we experience, and connect our existence to him. Just some thoughts here. It's interesting. I was just looking into the flow of how this verse is presented based on how I go on living my life. Like even he says something about absolute heedlessness. Oh, like man is plunged into absolute heedlessness. Like
Right.
in every century and every epoch.
Mhm. Yeah, so this is coming from a hadith, basically. He said that there are five things, basically. And he started basically about, where was it? Yeah, I think he mentioned what those five things were. Oh, yeah, here. For example, the night of power, right, in the whole of Ramadan. And we discussed that this is a dark spiritual darkness within the human being. And he wants that guidance and revelation, meaning in one's life. And that's how the Laylatul Qadr can be understood. And then the hour when prayers are answered in the whole of Friday. Another is this, we don't know exactly who the saints among the people are, and what is the appointed hour of the person's lifetime, and the time and the doomsday of the life of the world. So all these were referenced in a hadith, basically. And the author kind of shared that, of course, there's like a lot of wisdom that one has to look for in these kind of hadith that we are reading, and narrations that mention something about the end of the world, of the time that has not come yet. But it's like these act like warning for us, or to be more mindful, being more careful, right? Rather than passing time in heedlessness and losing our whatever the qualities that we are just wasting them for no reason. Yeah, Faria, you want to say something?
No, thank you. That's very helpful. It makes sense. So now we can move on to the question that you were asking today. I don't know. It doesn't make, yeah, it does not make sense. The first part it does make sense, but I don't know why. The the latter part with the 1,100 years. As in it's close, but then it's not that close.
So why does it feel so close, even though one is like has the understanding about their existence, about belief? But yeah, let's see what
Mm-hmm.
Brother says. Thank you. Brother Ali, you can unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm waiting if it is right time for me to speak. Now, we mentioned this point last week. According to age uh, span of life of the universe, the Quran is talking about the destruction of the universe, physically speaking. If it is the destruction of the universe, so we have to understand the very closeness of time. The destruction of universe is very close in terms of the day of the universe. The clock is almost completing, it is 24 hours, and the hand of the clock, which shows the minute, is very close to 12 now. It's very close, but it may be millions of years as compared to the life of the universe. But as far as our understanding of time, our construction of time is concerned, closeness is measured as we understand from the day. It means sunset, from sunset to sunset, complete day. It may be thousands, millions of years. But according to day of the universe, clock is about to complete, it is 24 hours. So we have to understand the difference of day, the concept of day in the Quran, according to the subject, which is, what is the subject? The day what? The day of what? The day of universe. 24 hours of the universe is from the beginning of existence and death of existence. We have to see everything in relation to each other. Yeah. That's how the hadith narration should be understood about the closeness of the doomsday.
I see. Thank you. Faria, do you have something to say, or what does that symbol mean?
I don't get it. What are so we observe a day from let's say sunset to sunset. So in relation to what I observe,
So many
dooms
things happen according to their own lifespan. Many things are happening to the universe, could be many days or years. But for our construct of the time, which is like a 24-hour day that we kind of see from either sunrise to sunrise or sunset to sunset. But in terms of when the Quran uses anything that is time related, right? As Brother Lee was saying, that it has to do with the beginning of creation and the end of this kind of existence, this creation.
As far as I am concerned, my day starts with my birth, my day ends with my death. When the Quran uses the word or Hadith uses the day, it means for me between the lifespan, as I conceptualize it, lifespan from birth to death. If I understand the rotation of the earth in terms, if I understand the day in terms of the rotation of the earth within or around its axis, then it is what we call now day, sunset to sunset. So day represent the lifespan of the subject, whatever the subject is. If the subject is or concerned universe, then the day means from the birth of the universe to the death of the universe is one day. So the Quran or the Hadith narrations talks about the day of doomsday. It is related to universe. So according to the time of the universe, Quran, اقتربت الساعة, it says, this is ayah, it is ayat from a verse from the Quran, and Hadith narration. The companions understood it. Very close, very close. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Asim. The hour has drawn near, sorry. Is there another translation? This page gives only one translation. I want to see anybody who understood it somehow, but no. Unfortunately, they don't give the options. Let me see this one. What was the, okay. No. This is a better way of searching this page. I'm going to share it with you if you can make me co-host. Now, did you make me co-host?
Yes, I made you co-host, but I
Thank
found a
you.
few other translations.
Thank you. Let's see. Look, you are watching my page,
Yes,
my screen.
yes.
So let's see. Last hour draws near. Hour draws near. Hour of judgment. Hour. Approach. Unfortunately, there is no other.
Our doom.
These are translations. We have to have commentaries on it. What do they understand from it? I just wonder if somebody understood it in another way.
Maybe the final hour.
Doesn't matter final hour. I mean, as far as the time span is concerned, but no hope. No hope. No, these are translations. They translated, they translated it in a, okay, I am done. No hope. Translations are not good to understand anything really. Okay, awesome.
So pretty much when doomsday is mentioned, it's really in relation to my lifespan here, my lifespan in terms of my existence here, as opposed to
no, just on the contrary. It is not related to my life. It is related to the lifespan of the universe.
Oh, like the start of the universe, like long time ago. Like dating back to the Big Bang, that's how they call it in science, but is that what you mean?
It's getting closer now. But we have to understand a day in terms of the beginning and the end of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
One day. So
okay.
you and I are living in this world in one day. Birth to death, one day. But as far as the rotation of the earth is concerned, 24 hours. Practically, we speak the rotation of the earth. That's why 1 day, 2 days we talk. But it is not my life. It is not the universe's life. It is rotation period of the one complete rotation of the earth. For example, as far as the electrons are concerned, 1 day is what? A trillionth of a second. That is 1 day for them. That is what we should understand the word in hadith narrations and the Quran. A day, yawm is concerned.
Do you think if you take the example of a clock that has an hour hand and a minute hand and a second hand, so the second hand is pretty much the universe in continuous existence, but the hour hand is me, like in relation to
My
how?
conception, I call it 24 hours,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a day.
Mm-hmm.
24 hours must be expanded as far as the universe is concerned from the beginning to the end. As far as the electron is concerned, 24 hours, my conception of 24 hours shrinks to a billionth, trillionth of a second.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking about the birth of the universe, the birth and the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we
Okay.
talk about doomsday, because doomsday is related to what? Universe's life.
Okay, so now we're talking, the verse is really drawing my attention to the birth of the universe in relation to my lifespan here.
Death of the universe is now, from the birth of the universe to the death of the universe, now 24 hours, according to the universe's lifespan, is about to be finished. That is what this verse is saying. İktarabetu sa'a. About to finish. But
Wait, how did that happen? Why is it about to be finished?
about to.
The universe, the death of the universe?
Yeah.
Based on what?
Doomsday, destruction
Oh,
of the universe.
based on what was predicted in a hadith? Is that what we're talking about?
Is based on the life of the universe.
Wait, how did we calculate that based on the list?
The Quran said, I'm going to destroy it soon, very soon.
Okay, so it's interesting. So let's say I read this verse 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm reading it now. Like, how do I relate it in terms of its time has still elapsed, but the hour is still near.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening here?
Now, as far as I am concerned, I should not understand the day, doomsday, in terms of my conception of the rotation of the earth. It is a mistake. That is why people oppose this hadith narration, saying that the Quran said the doomsday is very near. Companions perceived it as very near, but since the companions' time, 1,400 years passed and it didn't happen. So this narration must be false.
Oh, I get it now. Thank you. It makes sense.
Says, no, you are confusing the word day with your rotation, your perception of the rotation of the earth. Quran is talking about the lifespan of the universe.
Mm. Okay, this makes sense now, mashallah. Thank you. Because I perceive everything from the rotation of the earth, but the Quran is mentioning like creation happening here and now, kun fayakun, as in birth and death,
Yeah.
where I can't really calculate it.
Oh, correct.
Okay, inshallah. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. That was good. Okay, so the answer, unless anybody has any other comment.
And if you think about it, I cannot calculate the birth and death of the universe.
Correct.
Nobody can. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. Nobody can. Perhaps there will be a, because whoever created this universe can bring about its death anytime. But nobody right now experiencing it can calculate it. Well, interesting.
Yeah, it is near, so anytime, get ready. As far as your lifespan is concerned, your lifespan is ever close to the end. So get ready to depart from this existence of this world, depart from by the decision or the choice of the creator. Anytime may happen.
Anytime it may happen. And let's say I do depart from this universe, but then
But it is explained in terms of the lifespan of the universe. So I have related to myself. I also can die anytime.
Okay, thank you.
If a new universe is going to die, how can I say that I will have time for the time of the moment of death? So I'll take my time. No, even the universe's life is about to be completed. Your life is, it is nothing.
I get it now. I don't know when the universe is going to die. As far as I'm concerned, I do my thing, keep up with my responsibility. So this is very interesting. So the hadith is saying the numbers that are given here, like it was predicted that it would occur 1,400 years later. And so
it didn't occur.
supposedly,
Well, this hadith doesn't make sense. No, the Quran and hadith narrations are teaching us that even the universe's death moment is closed. Who are you that you keep postponing your whatever the mission you have in this world so that you have time? Even the universe is going to collapse. How about you? Take
okay,
this.
that makes sense.
Anything else?
This is interesting. Even the universe is going to collapse. So basically, don't postpone your responsibility. So pretty much we're being drawn towards double attention. Number one, definitely I'm bound to depart from this universe. So hence do not postpone your responsibility. And at the same time, the universe is also bound to be destroyed. We don't know. Perhaps it may be after your lifespan or in between. So regardless, we have two focal point now to be vigilant about and not postpone things. That's how I got it. Shalom.
Alhamdulillah, exactly.
Alhamdulillah.
Right, so because Through the effulgence of the prophet's conversation, the companions thought of the hereafter more than anyone. And knowing the transience of the world and understanding the divine wisdom in the hour of doomsday being vague or hidden, they assumed a position of always awaiting the world's appointed hour. So as Faria said, being vigilant, of always awaiting the world's appointed hour and working seriously for the hereafter. Yes, Faria, go ahead.
So I really want to clarify this because I never wasn't like had this concept of doomsday as in the death of the universe, because you know how in this methodology of the Quran that we've been following, we always say we're dying every moment. Yesterday is dead, last hour is dead. There's new me right now, new you, new creation. So I would just be focusing on this, but now I don't know. There's a new aspect for me, at least, about death is the universe's death, which can happen anytime. Because I never thought of it before. I never. Did you agree with this? Now we have two different, I guess, focal point to be attentive towards.
In fact, the key point here is explained in this paragraph. Knowing the transience of this world. Knowing, because if universe is going to die, for me, there is no point being careful about my lifespan or calculating my lifespan. You know, for example, general lifespan is nowadays they say 75, 80. So 80. So I have time. I am just 44 years old. Just that is enough for me. So I have another time, but no. Even universe is going to die. What does it mean? You will definitely die. So the reality is knowing the transience of the world life. This is the key point. Now, maybe it is better to understand اقتربت الساعة means the universe is transient. This worldly life is transient, rather than saying the doomsday is approaching near. That's what I understood from this paragraph.
Thank you. This makes more sense. The focus point is knowing the transience of the world, then you know yourself in terms of the transience of this universe and then the universe itself. Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's continue. And understanding the divine wisdom in the hour of doomsday being vague. So we are always vigilant. They assumed a position of always awaiting the world's appointed hour and worked seriously for the hereafter. All right. God's noble messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, repeating, expect doomsday, wait for it, was prophetic guidance arising from this wisdom. It was not a pronouncement of revelation concerning the specific time of its occurrence and far from the truth. The cause is one thing and wisdom is another. The sayings of the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, of this sort arise from the wisdom in certain things being indefinite. All right, Fariha, go ahead.
Thank you. Although knowing the depth of the universe doesn't make much of a difference in my life as opposed to knowing my death, my lifespan, in terms of I'm not here forever, everything is transient. And so what this hadith is mentioning is pretty much because it talks about doomsday, like the real death of the universe. And I'm trying to see how can that shake the human being? Because to me, the human being gets more shaken up from their personal lifespan. Or maybe this would be an add-on to being shaken up.
That's a good question. Anybody has any answer for this? So this narration about expecting the doomsday at the end of the universe, one is more concerned about their own individual end of life, death, or in terms of death. All right. No thoughts, comments? I suppose it's basically both in terms of, yeah, doomsday, your own doomsday, and the end of the universe as well. Basically, both are like unknown in a way. That's why so there's no like specific time of its occurrence. Or if that was the case, then of course we would be, in either case, we would be doing something else right now. And so the cause is one thing, and so look, basically there's wisdom in this particular aspect of not knowing.
So pretty much the universe must come to an end, is what's being said here.
Yeah, I mean, even the scientists say that there's a life to the sun or the universe. They do say that. Right? Things are continuously changing as we see it, decaying in their own respect, according to their own lifespan. And of course, the imagination always has visualized this with the movies that have come out about doomsday,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Armageddon and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this concept, is there, based on all the transience of the universe, basically, which is the key.
Right. I like that piece. And then because I was again going from the individual to the collective, collective to the individual at an individual level. Yes, I'll be concerned collectively. I'll be like, oh, right, graduation ceremony. But like you're saying, this doomsday is referring to both individual and collective doomsday. Then it would make sense. Because to me, I'm just, yeah, I can't fathom. It's like, yeah, sure, there'll be doomsday, the universe will come to an end. But right now, let me take care of my individual doomsday happening within me in terms of really managing my day-to-day responsibilities. Maybe it should put us more alert. We don't know doomsdays in the next hour. I don't know. So maybe let me think on that side now. So it should shake us up.
All right, thank you. Any other thoughts or comments? Continue. It is also due to this mystery that the companions expected the individuals who will come at the end of time, like the Mahdi and Sufyan, long beforehand. So the individuals, Mahdi and Sufyan, coming before the doomsday, before the end of time. And even in the time of the generations succeeding the Prophet, and hope to live long enough to see them. Some of the saints even said that they had passed. So these so-called Mahdi and Sufyan have passed. They have come and passed. Like the end of the world, divine wisdom requires that the times of these individuals are not specified either. Because every age is in need of the Mahdi's meaning. I thought this was interesting. Every age is in need of the Mahdi's meaning. So the meaning of truthfulness, what the reality of this world is, how do we arrange our lives accordingly? For he strengthens morale and saves the people from despair. Every century has to have a share of this meaning. In order that people should not heedlessly follow evil and the reins of the soul should not be left free in indifference. That's interesting. So soul should not be left free in indifference. Having this attitude that of not caring, whatever, but being concerned seriously about the seriousness of one's life while living in this world. Every century, the fearsome individuals who come to lead strife must be shrunk from and feared. If they had been specified, the benefits of general guidance would have been lost. All right, any thoughts on this paragraph?
The paragraph before that, it said something about thus sayings of the prophets of this sort arise from the wisdom in certain things being indefinite. The cause is one thing and the wisdom is another. The cause is one thing, and the wisdom is another. Wisdom in terms of what do I do with these news? And yeah, I'm not sure what that means.
These unknown things, they may have a cause, but we have to look at it from the wisdom perspective, from the wisdom side of it.
The cause, like what type of cause?
So let's say somebody died, let's say out of maybe, I don't know, taking some certain drugs, and we say, that is the reason, that's the cause, and the wisdom has to do something totally different. I mean, there are like things that we don't know about, many things. That's why it says things being indefinite. We don't know our tomorrow. So things could be related to a cause, but then the wisdom and not knowing is the point. Does that make sense?
Yep, alhamdulillah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so this was interesting. The soul should not be left free in indifference. So we cannot just say that, okay, not take our life serious, be indifferent about it, but we need to be serious and concerned and strive, like we spoke this morning about the jihad, struggle and strive for the truth. Yeah, Maria, go ahead.
What does the Mahdi and the Sufyan refer to? Like signs?
Yeah, okay, let's ask Brother Ali. Go ahead, Brother Ali. Brother Ali, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, sorry. My mic was closed. When the Quran and Hadith, they speak from our not worldly life, but concerning for our purpose of existence, which is to prepare ourselves for an everlasting life. So we have to understand this in terms of eternal life, in terms of our relationship with our Creator, being conscious of it. So universes, the existence of the universe is presented to us as a transient existence. اقتربت الساعة means it is a transient existence. So anytime it may reach its end. The time period is not important. The important matter is transience of it, the transient nature of it. It says now in the following, this paragraph that we are studying under discussion now, Mahdi and Sufyan or Dajjal, whatever they call it, doesn't matter the name. Why do they mention about it? They don't mention about the physical existence of a person, of a Mahdi, or a physical personality of a Dajjal. And they didn't specify who he is. They gave some descriptions which explains the purpose of giving this material worldly example. Example in the form of a man or person. Excuse me. What do they represent?
You muted yourself.
Yeah. What do they represent? The death of the universe represents transient nature of this world, this existence. Mahdi represents any time, at every moment, if any person is in need of guidance, being aware of the reality of existence, it is in his time. Where? Today. Look at the world, look at yourself, their existence. Look at that. It is immediate with you. Why do you look for a person? All the creation, maybe for certain people, the revelation is in his hand. Why are you looking for another material existence of a body? Even the body is there. What the body is going to do to you by inspiring what or how I should benefit from the universe. Here it is. Here is the Quran. Here is the Mahdi in front of you. So divine wisdom requires that the times of these individuals are not specified, because every age, every moment is in need of Mahdi's meaning. Excellent interpretation, understanding. 100% appropriate to the purpose of creation, purpose of the Quranic teaching, the prophetic teaching. Prophet is not going to point out this person is Dajjal. What are you going to do with this man? This man cannot do anything to you. But this man inspires you, gives you either right path, showing the right path, or deviating you. So man is not important. What he is going to teach you, what he is going to offer you is important. So understand the hadith according to the purpose of existence of the prophet, according to the purpose of existence of the Quran. Understand it for within their purpose. So even a man, let's assume that Dajjal is here next to me. What? There is a friend here. He's laughing. Mehdi is here, Mehdi is next to me. What this man is going to do to me? Maybe he will teach me something. Teaching is always available for you. So look, a source of teaching which guides you. Mehdi means really gives hidayah, guidance to you. So which guides you to the truth. The man is not important. Personally, his idea is important.
It wouldn't make any difference. Even if Mehdi was here, if one doesn't have the urge for seeking and searching the truth, being together with Mehdi will make no difference because you have no needs, you have no questions.
Everywhere. The source of hidayah is everywhere. Quran is everywhere. Universe is everywhere. Your spirit is everywhere. So when we understand, if we understand, the Quran is talking about the purpose of this material existence, describing its physical beings or appearances, is a misunderstanding of the purpose of existence of the universe, purpose of existence of human being, and also sending the prophet and revealing the Quran. Contradiction. So don't look at the man, don't look for a man. Look for the ideas that this man is going to inspire you. That is how the perfect way of approaching these sacred sources like the Quranic verses or hadith narrations.
Jazakallah, thank you. All right. All right, let's continue.
So pretty much guidance is all around us, even our consciousness, human feelings,
Right.
letting us know.
All right.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Equally true misguidance. Dajjal, Sufyan. It is also very much next to me.
So both guidance and misguidance are next to me, so I have to watch out. All right. Now the difference in the narrations about individuals like the Mahdi and their meaning is this. Those who expounded hadiths applied the text of the hadiths to their own interpretations and commentaries. I think this is important to know. So those who interpreted the hadiths they interpreted them according to their own understanding and commentaries. For example, since the center of power at that time was Damascus or Medina, they imagined the events connected with the Mahdi and Sufyan in places like Basra, Kufa, and Syria, which were in the region of those centers, and expounded them accordingly.
Damascus is not the city. Damascus means Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan.
Oh, the countries.
Yeah, now it is divided. All this area used to be called Diyar Damascus.
I see. All right, so they restricted them basically to these locations, Basra, Kufa, Syria, in their interpretations, which were in the region of those centers, and expounded them accordingly. So every age and every place, basically, we can get guidance and misguidance, basically. The Mahdi and Sufyan are available for whether we are here in the United States, in Australia, in Middle East, wherever.
These are misunderstanding of the hadith, the spirit of the hadith and the Quran.
So yeah, because
Yes, that is why they keep changing. As the center of Islam changes, their assignment of the place name also changes. These are all misunderstanding.
moreover, they imagine the mighty works belonging to the collective identity or community, which those individuals represent to be in their persons, and expounded them in that way. So that's why these interpretations sometimes are being misrepresented in this way, identifying to a person rather than the idea, so that they ascribed a form to them, whereby when those extraordinary individuals appear, everyone will recognize them. So they're assuming a form so that people can recognize those individuals. However, as this author is stating, this world is the arena of trial. The door is open to the reason, but the will is not taken from the hand. So when those individuals and even the terrible Dajjal appear, many people and himself even will not know to start with that he is the Dajjal. Those individuals of the end of time will be known through the insight and the light of belief. I love this phrase, through the insight and the light of belief, that one would be able to recognize what the reality is, what truth is, rather than the one-eyed Dajjal that gets mentioned. People start visualizing an individual having one eye. So really, it's not about the form and shape of the individuals, but what the ideas that they are representing.
So if someone has the insight means what? The reality of his or her own existence. Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? All these questions are rightly answered. In light of belief, yes, I need to be created, given existence. I must have a conscious creator. So let's assume there is a person next to him and says, look, for example, speaking to him, Ali, matter exists by itself eternally. I say, this is Dajjal's view. If I have this vision, this insight, so that I must have a conscious creator, matter has no consciousness. What are you talking about? That is the sign of Dajjal for me. If I read a book, the author of this book is a Dajjal for me, inspiring what the Dajjal's mission will be is speaking to me now. He is fulfilling the Dajjal mission to me by inspiring this idea, giving this idea, presenting this idea. Only through light it will be the person will recognize who the Dajjal is. Not necessarily any particular person. That is why they did the hadith narration never mentions a particular person, but their view is represented by describing the way this person will act, will be. So their understanding is revealed through it, and we will see that in the following narrations, one eye means doesn't see the time dimension of existence. It means at the end of my life, I will die, and what will happen to me? No, it concerns only this world, not next world, infinite world. For example, one eye means not one way of looking at the creation, material side of it. Needs to be interpreted in this way.
Inshallah, that was a sneak preview of what we're going to discuss next week, inshallah. So I will stop here. Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Faria, you have something to say?
Yes, I wanted to ask something. These hadiths are prophetic narrations that are, and these prophetic narrations are inspired by the Quranic verses. So, right? Are these hadiths the prophetic narrations, and these are inspired by the Quranic verses, correct? Because, I mean, what I'm trying to get at is this is what people around the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, would be talking things like that to his companions. So like mentioning things like this, the Dajjal or the Mahdi and all that. Yes, I'm asking a question.
Quran, by definition, is the speech of the one who must have infinite knowledge. The Prophet is the first student of the Quran. So, yes, we can say the Prophet's understanding of the Quran is represented in his speech and behavior. So, as he understood the Quran, he described the reality of existence and the reality of human responsibility in terms of what he understood from the Quran, but according to the capacity of the people. So people always needs a visualizing, or how do you say, in the physical visualization. So they need palpable examples. So they say there will be a Dajjal, there will be Mahdi. Look out for them. They will be inspiring this and this and this. Description is mixed with physical appearance or visualization. But the point is not this visualization. The point is their mission. What are they going to support? It means some people will come to you, approach to you with like a Mehdi guiding you. Some people will approach you like Dajjal. It means misleading you. Watch out. You will be always interacting with kind of the ideas coming from video recordings, books, human beings speaking to you. Watch out for it. That's so simple.
Okay, thank you. So the hadiths are also in a way godly inspired, because it's, since the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, is the first addressee of the Quran, that his act and everything is godly inspired in terms of how he's being referred to as the walking Quran. We said that a few classes back. So therefore, the hadiths need to be interpreted from our perspective and our era and day and age. And so what this author Nursi is also doing, he's interpreting these. Right. Okay.
The purpose is not the man, not what is physical description of it. The purpose is, for example, the Quran uses describes paradise and hell in terms of this world, and in another place it says it is nothing to do with this world. And why did you give the example of this world? For example, whatever human beings are enjoying here, it is described in this enjoyable items of this world, but the purpose of not these items, the purpose is enjoyment. Don't you want to be satisfied with your existence and be happy whatever you are given? Yes. For example, in this world, wouldn't you like to have a beautiful house and also beautiful people, nice people accompanying you? You would. Paradise is the infinitely multiplied form of it in existence for you. Nothing to do with the house, nothing to do with the river underneath my house. I wouldn't like a river running under my house. Maybe a desert man may, but I don't. I would rather have it in front of my garden rather than under my house. But that is why, according to the capacity of the people, they will understand this by isolating it is physical description, getting the message from it. So inshallah, with the help of our understanding, we have to understand it in terms of not their physical being, but what they represent for me now.
Alhamdulillah, thank you.
All right. So we can stop here. So I'll conclude. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati surat al-Fatiha.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum all. Inshallah, see you tomorrow.
Inshallah. Thank you.